I'm gonna be honest with you. I tossed around a couple different ideas of what kind of topic that I wanted to cover with Avengers Infinity War coming out. I even put up a poll here on our community tab on YouTube to see what you guys would want. However, in my typical Scott ways, I waited until the absolute last minute to get this video done. Seriously, I have like 6 hours to finish it from the time I'm recording this. Oh, I hate myself. Clearly I spent too much time picking out shirt and tie combos for the camera, but I think it's worth it. So in a panic, this was my full comprehensive thought process for this video.
Avengers? What are they? What do they even avenge? Got 'em.
Alright, jokes aside, I think it is still a pretty valid question though. As heroes who swoop in to protect the world from devastating threats, wouldn't it make more sense to call them something like the Defender, or no, that one is taken. How about the Guardians of, no, that is also, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, what exactly are the Avengers avenging? How are you doing, you wonderful nerds? Scott here, and if we look all the way back in 1963, when Earth's mightiest heroes joined forces for the first time, they weren't really avenging anything. In their opening adventure, the team is assembled when Ant-Man, the Wasp, Iron Man, and Thor attempted to stop Hulk from going on a rampage provoked by Thor's brother Loki, the trickster god. You know who these characters are, I don't know why I'm clarifying. After their victory against Loki, Ant-Man floats the idea of forming a team, to which Wasp adds, quote, "We need a name. It should be something colorful and dramatic, like the Avengers," or Ant-Man stops her right there. "Or nothing," he says. "That's it, the Avengers." And that was indeed it. That's all the explanation we were given. It's almost kind of adorable how the team picked their name in such a silly, childish manner. It's unquestionably the exact same way that Stan Lee came up with the name for the team when he was writing it with Jack Kirby. After all, Lee has said in interviews before that when naming superheroes, he would usually just hit upon monikers that sounded dramatic. And I think the Avengers certainly qualifies.
The Avengers. That's what we call ourselves, sort of like a team. Earth's mightiest heroes type thing. Thankfully,
later comics that retold the early years of the Avengers in more detail expanded upon their namesake to have it make a little bit more sense in context. In 2004's Earth Mightiest Heroes, Captain America asked Tony Stark's butler Jarvis, quote, "What can you tell me about these Avengers? What are they trying to do here?" End quote. To which Jarvis responds, quote, "To be honest," hold on, I should do like a British accent or something. "To be honest, they've been trying to figure that out themselves." I'm so sorry. Let's just do it normally. It's not an easy thing they're attempting, forming an alliance whose sole purpose is to protect the innocent from whatever threats may arise. End quote. So perhaps a name like the Protectors would be more, oh really, that one's taken too, apparently, huh. But, as Thor explains elsewhere in the book during a verbal spat with Iron Man, the team's true goals are, quote, "to soundly smite the enemies of mortal man, to avenge those who have suffered the evil of this world," end quote. This sentiment of avenging people who have suffered or are currently suffering at the hands of evil is echoed in 2010's Avengers: The Origin, yet another retelling of the team's start. Once again, it is Thor who gives an impassioned speech on the subject of their namesake, but with a subtle twist at the end. "Our victories shall be the stuff of legend. Our triumphs shall echo throughout the 9 worlds. 'Tis endeavors such as these, where the warrior ideals of God and man intersect to produce something greater than the sum of its parts. On this day, we have declared war, and we shall avenge the evils perpetrated by those who oppose us. We shall avenge them all." End quote. Did you catch that bit at the end there? So in this instance, Thor makes the act of avenging a little bit more personal. Vengeance on those who oppose the Avengers specifically. It almost sounds less like a righteous retribution on behalf of others and more like retaliation on behalf of themselves. So less Avengers and more Revengers.
Revenges.
Revenges?
Because I'm getting revenge. You're getting revenge, and what do you want revenge?
I'm undecided.
Okay.
Although this mentality does kind of line up in the movies, at least in the first Avengers film when the team finally bands together. In the MCU, the name Avengers had initially existed as kind of a SHIELD code word operation.
I'm here to talk to you about the Avenger Initiative.
Now, the transformation from a S.H.I.E.L.D. response team to the Avengers proper happens, of course, after, spoilers, I guess. Loki impaled Agent Coulson with a scepter like a big jerk face. Still bitter about it. With his dying breath, Coulson tells Fury that
this was never gonna work. They didn't have something to...
avenge. I'm gonna guess he's gonna say avenge. And he's right. Coulson's death rallies the group together to confront Loki and his army as a team. The Avengers are avenging a fallen fellow Avenger. And you can kind of see how this seems to correspond with the comics from earlier, with the team wanting vengeance on those who oppose the Avengers specifically. It's actually kind of selfish in that regard. I mean, Loki killed, what, 80 people in 2 days? But Coulson was one of their own. Can't stand for that, but I get it, right? Coulson may have been the catalyst, but he definitely isn't the sole person the Avengers are fighting for, I mean, obviously. Rather, he's a stand-in for all of the victims of catastrophes that only extraordinary super people can resolve.
The idea was to bring together a group of remarkable people, see if they could become something more. See if they could work together when we needed them to fight the battles that we never could.
When harm is done to the people of Earth by whatever baddies come calling, the Avengers are there to answer that threat. They can't guarantee protection. They can't save everyone. They know that. We've seen that. At the very least.
If we can't protect the Earth, you can be damn well sure we'll avenge it.
This video is part of a massive Infinity War collab with tons of other great nerdy channels here on YouTube. There are 5 other videos for you to watch right now to get you hyped up for Avengers Infinity War. Go check out the next video in the playlist. And if you're feeling exceptionally wild, hit that big sexy subscribe button. I'm not convinced that it does anything these days, but it sure does boost my ego. Usually I make much longer videos with much more intense editing, so if you're new here, sorry. Anyway, thanks for watching. My name is Scott, reminding you to read between the panels and grow smarter through comics. See ya.